The beating on the shins. A squirrel feed shop. Bella Z. I'm here again talking about study tips. My weak point has always been and always will be the technique. My mistake was not starting from the beginning, but making do with what I learned. The result was that I always carry with me some basic setting and posture errors of the right hand that now I can't correct 100%. I resign myself to the fact that I can't play songs by Herman Lee, Guthrie Govan, John Petrucci, Tosin Abasi, Rich Anshel, Tommy Emmanuel, and other guitarists that I adore due to obvious technical deficiencies. In this regard, I remember many years ago I've gone to a masterclass of a very good Italian guitarist and very funny in his way of Italian things, Donato Begotti. I remember that he told the story of Giorgino and Pinuzzo, in which Giorgino, with whom I identified, starts playing and immediately forms a band with his classmates without going to a class. Pinuzzo instead takes things slowly and goes to a teacher and learns the basics well. After a few months, Giorgino is already playing live with his band, while Pinuzzo is there studying scales. But after a year, Pinuzzo starts shredding hard, while Giorgino can't keep up with his friend's technical improvements. Here, don't do like me, don't beat Giorgino. If I could go back, I would take lessons straight away and I wouldn't lose all those fundamental settings that I had to redo years later and that I didn't completely correct because they were too ingrained. But let's start with 5 more tips to improve your studies. It's exactly like when you're on a diet and the doctor says, weigh yourself every day. Is there anything worse? Yes, maybe the beating on the shins. It's frustrating, especially if one evening you go to dinner with friends and next day you weigh yourself. You're probably wondering, Ranza, what does all this have to do with it? It has to do with it because we have to keep a diary of our technical progress, keep it regularly updated and not be in a hurry or be merciful. In what sense? If in a study session we only grow by 1 BPM, that's fine. Obviously, that day the hands responded less well, or that exercise is difficult to improve. Just think of an exercise in 30 seconds note. 1 BPM is already an increase. I don't know about you, by the way, but it often happens to me that one day my hands are great and the next day they're like blocked. If it happens to you, write in the comments. We must not pity ourselves and fall into but yes, let's say the exercise came out well. If not, we are screwed. Let's always write in our diary. Perfect sound. I'll show you mine. So this is my worksheet for the technique. First of all, you can see that I confront with Guthrie Govan, with the method of Guthrie Govan. About this method some years ago, and I think it's absolutely crazy, amazing. I found a lot of great exercises about technique, and I played every single day. My technique routine is all here, and every time I play an exercise, I try to write down this suono perf. In English is perfect sound. Perfect sound in 16 note, the BPM, and then palm muted. And it's slower than the 16 notes open. Because I think if you want to palm mute really every note, you have to go slower and control your right hand. Because it's not so easy to palm mute every single note. And then I have a lot of these exercises and I practice this every day. Then other exercises that I decided to use as my daily technique routine, and then I work on major scales, on pentatonic scales. My routine is divided also in a section with a solo that I decide to perform in the best way I can. And the last solo that I was playing is the solo of The Sun Is Dead by Dragon Force, the Herman Lee solo that I think is beautiful. And there's a triplet scale on the solo that I decided to use as a technique and put on the maximum speed that I can play without mistakes. Soon I will make a video in which I talk about being the worst critics towards ourselves. We must keep the judgment in balance. We will talk about it. The key word of point 1 is diet. Always speaking of frustration, this is something that I often notice in my students. When there is a step forward, there always comes a moment of frustration, of feeling inadequate. As I was saying in a video, to me it happens very often, probably because of the issue I was telling you before, of having studied without a good foundation. The rightly self-critical student sooner or later says, I'm not capable anymore. It's better that I sell all the guitars and open a squirrel feed shop. Before adding anything else, the first tip is, if he has very nice guitars, buy them all at the lowest price possible. Jokes aside, the first thing I do is tell him to play a piece that we studied 6 months before, right at the moment, without reviewing, possibly by heart. In 100% of the cases, the students will play it and be amazed of how well it came out. That is the secret of regular practice of the lesson and of the exercises that are given. You improve every day. We don't notice, but others do. My wife is a singer as a hobby, but she's very good and has truly remarkable natural gifts. I trust her judgment a lot, because if I play badly or make mistakes, she's the first to tell me, and that is something I like very much, and it helps me grow. When I get off the stage and she said to me, you played very well tonight, I know it's the truth. And I know that I played well, even if inside me I always find 1,000 defects. Speaking of which, we'll be playing with my Beatles and Rolling Stone tribute trio soon, the Beat Zone. I make a video of the evening and I comment with you on how I played, but first I hear from my wife. The key word in point 2 is food for squirrels. How nice it is to play easy things, the things we are good at. What a satisfaction. Yes, but we don't improve. We bask in the feelings of having played well. An important point to grow is to extend our boundaries, to play things that we're not good at, to break the shell and see that there is a different world outside. Leaving your comfort zone means leaving certainties, feeling less confident. That's why you have to go back there after a while. My weak point has always been technique, as I told you. That's why, if you remember my study diary, I always compare myself with hyper-technical guitarists, Guthrie Govan, Herman Lee, Tosin Abasi. I know for sure I will never be able to play it, but if I already get close to it, for me it's a huge result. Are you good at blues? Don't play the blues. You do classical exercises like Paganini's perpetual motion. If I remember... And I remember. I don't remember it anymore. Are you jazz musician? Are you metalheads? Swap roles. Now, this is a very delicate point. Metalheads will always say that jazz sucks. Jazz musician will always say the metalheads mess around and can't play. Both are wrong. Know that. In medio stat virtus. I know Istvan from Budapest, who is watching the video sitting on the couch with the cat in his arms and didn't understand the last sentence. It means in the middle there is virtue, the truth. If jazz musicians made an effort to listen to metal guitarists but with technique and musical taste, People who know how to improvise without randomly shredding, maybe they will change their opinion. For example, I consider Rich Henschel from Haken a guitarist capable of shredding alone, but also melodic and musical at the same time. That's why he's one of my favorite guitarists. If the metalhead forced himself to listen to jazz or fusion junk, he will hear that guitarists associated with jazz, but who are not properly semi-acoustic, thumb and small sound, are basically shredders. One above all, my teacher Scott Henderson, spectacular bluesman. When he played with Chick Corea's electric band, he was a very heavy fusionist. Or the first Scofield with Billy Cobham, he was shredder. When we finish the journey outside the comfort zone, then yes, let's go back there to feel more at ease and to compare what was outside the comfort zone with what is inside. The keyword of point 3 is Istvan. Before the bonus tip, first of all, I thank you if you have stayed to listen to me up to this point, and I ask you to leave me a nice like and to subscribe to my channel, even if you are talented, so we can discuss a lot of things together. Also, look at my videos. There is a section dedicated to backing tracks. Give us a listen. The very quick bonus tip is: do the mechanical technique exercises on a guitar difficult to play. When you then pick up your favorite guitar, everything will be much easier. This is a baritone jumbo guitar, 8-stringed by Guild. It's nice, beautiful, have a great sound, but so difficult to play. If you play a normal exercise on this guitar, I had the double string on the 3rd and 4th string. If you play technical exercises with this guitar and then you grab your favorite guitar, everything will be easier. This is my favorite guitar, and I have the signing of Rich Henschel too and Charlie Griffiths. Be creative. There is another secret of technique. If you limit yourself to always doing the same exercises, you will no longer want to study. I recommend some that I have modified since I'm always thinking about strange fingerings. Like this, bounce diagonals when you play the exercise of 1, 2, 3, 4. Play diagonal and create a rebound here. Sixth, fifth, fourth, third, fifth, fourth, third, second, fourth, third, second, first, then third, second, first, second, second, first, second, third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, then fourth, fifth, sixth, fifth, fifth, sixth, fifth, fourth, and go ahead by 1/2 tone and repeat. Etc., etc. If you are playing a major scale, major shape, if you're playing a major shape if you play a major scale on a shape, on a hybrid shape with 3 notes for string, if you are playing a major scale, a hybrid shape with 3 notes for string, just try to do something creative, like instead of doing the classical shape, this is the hybrid shape, this is the hybrid shape 4th and 5th position. If you call the notes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, instead of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try this one. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. 1, 5, 3. The second note of the shape you played on the lower string. And then you play, the first note you play is the second of the shape. So you have played all the 6 notes, but in a different way. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. With all the strings you do the same. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. It's looked difficult, but you have more confidence with the shape of the scale. This one, it seems the same exercise. Then, when you arrive at the third string, go ahead by one half tone and go back. Go one half tone up, half tone up. Just to the fourth string, then half tone down and go ahead. Half tone down and go backwards. Go up on 6th and you are the 2nd fret, and then start again from where you are, the 2nd fret. Now you are on 3rd and start again on by 3rd fret. This one I stole from John Petrucci's video, but don't tell him or he will come with an axe and cut off 3 of my fingers. This exercise it's a coordination between fingers exercise. Is in 16th note with a pause. This is the basic exercise. I did it with all the 6 strings. Every new group of 16 notes I go up or down by 1 string. Or maybe the string skip with pentatonics. I played the pentatonic scale. This is A minor, and to exercise with my string skip I play the 6th, the 4th and the 2nd string, descending and ascending the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th. 6, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5. This helps a lot, the string skipping. The other exercise I invented with the string skip is to go down with your shape, but repeat ever the 6th strings. And when you ascend, repeat the 1st string, like this. 6th, 5th, 6th, 4th, 6th, 3rd, 6th, 2nd, 6th, 1st. 1st, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 1st, 4th, 1st, 5th, 1st, 6th. That's it. I hope I have given you a new point of view of technique and study. They are example of an untalented guitarist. So I think that on one hand they are worth a lot because I am what I am without having natural talent. So it's only the result of my work and stubbornness. And leave me a like, subscribe, and also take a look at the other videos on the channel. Ci si pinza, bro!